All right, we're going to move to Tom Brady, who published an article for the Players Tribune. Had some interesting things to say, but most interesting, he went on to thank some people. He's saying, it's the relationships I made in New England that I'll miss the most. Of course, it starts with the entire New England Patriots organization and Robert Kraft and the entire Kraft family. It extends to countless other individuals who played such a valuable role in my 20 years as a Patriot. There's only one mention of Bill Belichick in this article, and it's not a thank you. It's an aside. It's some detail about a story that he was telling about his draft day experience. Marcellus, did Tom Brady just take a little shot at Bill Belichick in this article?
I don't think so. I understand where our antennas are up. Like, whoa, wait a minute. The omission of Belichick's name. But at the same time, you do have countless number of coaches. One head coach, but countless numbers of coaches. And I'm sure Tom Brady and the quarterback coaches, offensive coordinators, on the offensive side, he has a lot of respect for a lot of people there and maybe didn't want to get into singling out. But there's only one owner. And guess what? You see his name every single week on that check next to your name. Not Belichick, Robert Kraft, who gave you these opportunities. So I think what this really is, this is like personal to me because I have a friend who's going through a divorce, married someone who was very young, 18 when she was married to him, and he was like 28. And everybody's now seeing them going through this divorce is like, oh, you just married her too young. And you say, oh, she grew apart from him. But she didn't grow apart from him. What she really did was grow into herself with him. And she didn't know what that was before him. That's what's happening with Tom Brady. It took him 20 years, but guess what? Tom Brady is like, wait a minute. You caught me when I was young, 22. Nobody else seemed to want me. I'm a sixth rounder. Even in this article, he says he didn't know if he was going to get drafted at all. And then not only is he thrown behind a $100 million quarterback by the name of Drew Bledsoe, he's thinking, I'm never playing. Then Drew gets knocked out, and then they throw a Super Bowl on him, 3 Super Bowls in 4 years on him, and he's like, I guess this is good. This is as good as it gets. But he started to grow into who he was, and TB12 started in 2013. What you're seeing is the full maturation of Tom Brady, and now it's his time to flex. We're going to see it.
I think when you throw that full maturity, the maturation part of this whole Tom Brady thing, it's certainly throwing shade. It's taking a shot at him because he's too old, he's too smart, he's too mature to have a take that has so little acknowledgement of the coach. And generally speaking, you're always going to acknowledge your coaches and in particular your head coach. So I think that from the start of this, since all of the conversations that began, will Tom Brady stay or not, the Patriot Way and how guys should be treated equally, even if it's Tom Brady going through the process of the Patriot Way. If you think for 2 seconds Tom Brady doesn't feel as though he helped in building what the Patriot Way represents and all of the faces that Tom Brady has seen through the years come and go, and yet they still continued to win. And the two common components was him and Bill Belichick, and that not being acknowledged and reverenced and appreciated, you have to look at that as he took a shot at it. He was throwing shade.
Well, I'm not sure if he took a shot, but I do think he's given us a peek into his mindset and how deep he thinks he has to go into his mindset and a new outlook on life in order for this big bet he just took on himself in Tampa in order for it to be fully realized. I'm going to stick with Marcellus's relationship analogy because I love those. I think sometimes when you had a long relationship and then you separate and then you try to get into a new relationship, the person you're in a relationship with will at some point say, hey, man, you got to forget about her. That's over in the past. Don't bring her up. Don't tell me anything she did. Don't tell me how she cooked this or any of that. You have to let all of that completely go and so you can move on to Bruce Arians and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And so I think that this is Tom Brady, like for the next 2 or 3 years, he's done really talking about Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots. He's going to be all in on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And so I think this is just a pivot of, I've said enough nice things about Bill Belichick. I'm now a member of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm getting deeper into the mindset that I feel like I need to have to reach my full potential here in Tampa Bay. I'm done talking about Belichick. We'll do that when we get to Canton, Ohio, and I'm getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. I'm a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. Bruce Arians is my coach. I'm done talking about Belichick.
Then he should have said it.
Well, no, you don't say it, because what he did say in the article, what he said, I quote, "I'm trying to do things that have never been done in my sport. That's risky. But you know what? He also knows I'm playing with house money. I'm too big. I'm too successful. I got 6 rings to play it safe, to even worry about if this is not going to work or not. This is fun for him." He said, "I'm trying to do something that's never been done, and it's fun for me." What's fun about it? Going on the ledge, going on that limb and just saying, "Belichick, me and you together, man, we're superpowers. You know, Wonder Twins activate." He's like, "Nah, you know what? Let me see how much I brought to the equation. Even though I may be 42 going on 43 this year, I still want to see how much power I have left in me, because that pine box and that 6 feet under is only customized for you." Tom Brady does not want to go into retirement to his grave always thinking about this coupled identity. It's time for him to see what he can do on the solo. I like that.
That sounds good. It sounds good, but if that's the case, then put it all on the shelf until you finish up. Don't address Robert Kraft and many others not mentioned by name, and go into the details about how much it meant to you and all those different things. But I'm gonna hit the brakes on bringing up the most important figure in terms of my development as a player and the head coach. If you're going to go that route with it, just say it. Say exactly what you just said, Whitlock, and say it. If you're not going to go down that road at all, then leave the whole thing alone.
He doesn't have to say it, LeVar. He can just do it.
Well, he did.
And in order for him to go all in on Bruce Arians, he's got to let go of Belichick. What did I just read about Arians' deal? Win or lose, we're going to hit the booze or whatever. It's a more loose, fun atmosphere in Tampa. And to me, it just sounds like Tom Brady's going to let go of all the Patriot way, and he's going to get into the Bruce Arians Tampa Bay way as deep as he possibly can, and that includes letting Bill Belichick go. I think this is a calculated decision by Tom.
Yeah, of course it is.
Pivot. It's a signal to those of us in the media. I don't think it's a shot, though. I think it's what he feels he has to do in order to be successful in Tampa Bay. All right, we got to...
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. And be sure to check out more of the best clips from Speak For Yourself, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.